A chat with Glendora, a show for living right. A chat with Glendora makes your day so bright. Words of inspiration, jokes to make you smile. Come relax and chat with Glendora for a while.
Hi folks, how are you today? This show, Chat with Glendora, is here to, one, remind you that the universe is one, we're all one together, and that you don't take yourself away from the universe and say, I'm better than anybody else, I'm smarter than anybody else, I'm richer, I have better clothes, I have a bigger house, I'm the boss. You don't do that. You're not better than anybody else. You are not better than anybody else, and you never will be. So we're all over here together in one great big huge whatever sphere, and that is God, and that is the universe. And what we're doing is creating and making the universe bigger and better, and keeping it growing and growing. And hi, Gregory.
Hey, good morning, Glendora.
Oh, what's that? A geranium? Huh?
Yeah, there's a little geranium plant that we have.
Oh, that's Geraldine too? Is that Geraldine too? Geranium?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Thank you, Maxine. Oh, that adds so much. And to remind you to go to a sanctuary, have a sanctuary of your own, and listen, and you will know these things yourself. We're not telling you anything you don't know. It's just that you forget it. And we're reminding you of the oneness, the wholeness, and the allness of God, that they're all in it together, having a sweet time, moving forward. And we're also here to remind you that God, Jesus, and helping others are one. They are interchangeable, they are synonymous. That's the Chat with Glendora spins. That's what we put on everything. Hey, Greg. So how have you been?
Good morning. No, I've been pretty good, so I have to say that, so pretty well, so no problems here, so.
All right.
It's a beautiful, nice sunny day here today, so.
Greg's going to read us our Bible passage. Gregory Charles Washburn.
All right, so, okay. Yeah, the Bible passage today is from Philippians. This is Philippians chapter 4, verse 7. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus.
Now, what's your take on that? People at home, what is your take on that? I see it, we all know that the peace of God does pass all understanding. You can't understand it, but you can live it and be it and enjoy it. That it will keep your heart and mind through Jesus Christ. God, Jesus Christ, and helping others are synonymous. Will keep your heart and mind through helping others. Right? The peace of God will, which passes all understanding, will keep your heart and mind in helping others. And if we go to our sanctuaries and if we think about that and listen to the God that's inside of us, we will find that's true. Now, the hymn. This hymn was written by Ralph Vaughan Williams, a British composer. It has a great beat to it. And it's about people like Franklin Fuller Buell, who have left their body behind us and who have gone on. The spirit has left their body, as yours will someday. and you may go soaring off and you may find another body. Is that so? You think that? I really think that must be something like that. I don't think the spirit ever dies. The personality ever dies. It just shows up somewhere else. Okay. For all the saints who from their labors rest, who thou by faith before the world confessed, thy name, O Jesus, be forever blessed. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ralph Vaughan Williams. For all the saints who from their labors rest, who thou by faith before the world confessed. Thy name, O Jesus, be forever blessed. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I hope, Ralph Vaughan Williams, you didn't think that, Ralph, that I messed up your beautiful hymn. Okay. What's next, Greg?
For all the saints. Then there's some jokes. We have.
Oh, you got jokes?
Have a few jokes here to.
Yippee!
To look over there. So, all right. So, and I'm gonna pitch a couple jokes to you there.
You're pretty close to me. I guess you just better pass them on.
So here's number one is a broker here. So.
Oh, broker? Oh, this man was always trying to impress people with how wealthy he was, and he's going into his office with a meeting of people, and he says to his secretary, "While I'm in here, I want you to call my broker." She said, "Yes, sir." Stock or pawn?
Yeah. Then here's number two is I'll pitch it to you. Number two is lazy here. So.
Oh yeah, the boss says, "I have a very honest secretary. I appreciate. She didn't call in sick. She just called in lazy."
Right. Number three, a punctuation.
Boss, to secretary, "Do you understand the importance of punctuation?" "Oh yes, sir. I'm here every morning at 8:30 sharp."
Oh yeah. Number four is Xerox.
The boss says his secretary is assiduous. He appreciates it. Who else proofreads the Xerox copies?
And number five is current events.
You know you're getting old when the kids study history that you remember as current events.
Right, number six is twinges.
Senior citizen was asked, "How you doing today?" And she said, "Okay, except for a few twinges in the hinges." I know what she's talking about.
Here's one, number seven, old spouse.
Have you heard of the aftershave lotion for husbands over 65? It is called Old Spouse.
Here's one, number eight. Number eight is a cereal age.
You know what the cereal age is, folks? It's when you feel your corns more than you feel your oats. That's the cereal age.
So here's one, number nine. Doesn't hurt.
Oh, you know you're getting old when everything hurts, and if it doesn't hurt, it's because it doesn't work.
And there's number 10. We're moving right along. Number 10 is just turned 34.
Yeah, the woman said that she just turned 34, and her friend says, that's right. Last year she was 43.
And the number 11 is 101st birthday. So.
A reporter was sent to interview a woman on her 100th birthday. And afterwards he said with amiability, well, I hope next year I'll be back to do your 101st birthday. And she said, why not? You look plenty healthy.
Oh yeah. And there's one number 12, shy about age.
Marilyn is shy about her age, about 15 years shy.
And,
you know somebody like that?
And there's the number 13 is a death rate. So,
oh, before I tell you that, I have one more senior citizen joke. The senior citizen who said, if I'd known I was going to live this long, I'd taken better care of myself. A man says, my hometown has the lowest death rate of any town in the United States. Really? Yes. Nobody wants to be caught dead there.
Death rate. Huh. That's not good. All right, and the last one, number 14 is Masons. There's.
I missed it. Pick it up again. I missed it. Okay, now throw it.
All right, Masons there.
Oh, the town was so small that the Masons and Knights of Columbus knew each other's secrets. So they formed a coalition and they called themselves the Masonites. With God we go, to spread the joy of life. We win each day the happiness of love. We count our blessings, we give thanks, we give joy. Stop the cruel, stop the cruel.
So, okay, here we have some words.
We have words, Greg?
Words for,
oh, we have good words? Okay.
For vocabulary words here. Yeah, there's number 151 is a list of words here.
Adverse in a verse?
The first, the first word is adversative.
Adversative?
Adversative, 151.
Oh, is the second one advice?
It says adversative, and I guess the definition was a verse.
Yes.
That's what it says.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you can use adverse and averse interchangeably. Now, you want to be adverse and averse to ego and selfishness. You don't want to have anything to do with it. No ego and no selfishness. No, you're all one. We're all together. Isn't that nice and fun? Isn't that sweet? And the next word is?
The next word is advise.
Advise. To recommend a course of events. Do you have any advice for me?
Advise, it says, oh yes, right. It says, to recommend a course of action.
Yeah. Do we have a course of action to recommend to Glendora, Vesterfalls, and Buell?
At this time, not right now.
No advice.
Not at this time, but
well, I can think of a few. Glendora. I say that the advice that I give people is very good. They never come back for more.
Oh, yes. All right, yeah, the next word is advocate.
An advocate is somebody who pleads the cause of another. Can you think of an example? Certainly you can. We are pleading the cause of the animals who are so horribly treated. born into cruelty. They live a cruelty life all of their lives. Nobody loves them. Nobody cares for them. They're beaten and they're kicked. And they live in filth. And then people come along and eat their flesh. And look what happens to them when they're transported in these miserable animal trucks. Look at them, the babies, the sweet babies. And then look what happens to them in the slaughterhouse. We are an advocate for the animals, and we are trying to stop that. And later, Gregory's going to read you a letter. That is an effort to stop that. To be an advocate is to plead the cause of another.
All right, then the next word is a dynamic.
Oh, adynamic.
Adynamic.
Now, if you don't get your sleep at night, the next day, you're adynamic. It's a Greek word, dynamics. You know what that is: motion, action, activity. And then the Greek prefix is a, which means take it away. So that's adynamic. That means you're without any dynamics. Adynamics.
And the last one's dynamics.
The last one, folks.
All right, so.
You guys are making me feel underdressed here.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. But,
Ilotropic.
well, yeah, ilotrope.
Ilotropic means showing different properties. For instance, the speed of the velocity of light transmission, compressibility, what else? Condensation. It's opposed to isotropic, where everything is all the same. How we doing on time, Greg?
Oh, very good. I think so.
What would you say? You have 8 minutes?
We're on about 6. We went about 16 minutes so far, I think here. So.
For whom? Where is this TV show going? For whom? What TV station?
This is going to, as far as I know, it's going to Queens. Queens Public.
Queens
Access.
Public Access TV. And Greg, would you make a copy of it for DCTV, Washington, D.C.?
Yes, I could do that. Yeah.
And would you also make a copy of it for the Bronx?
Sure.
3 very large TV stations. Queens, Bronx, and Washington, D.C.
Yeah, we could do that.
One of our efforts to stop this animal cruelty, Greg is going to read you. Can you find a letter there to Turner's Falls or to Deep Foods? Can you find a letter that starts out, Dear CEO?
Yeah, let's see here.
It's all stapled together. Tracy Clegg wrote one for us yesterday. She wrote hers to Gluten Frida. And then Sandy wrote one to Turner's Falls. What do they make? And then Sue Casey wrote one to Deep Foods in Union, New Jersey. Do you find a whole letter there? All right. Get out the letters, honey, and show them to me now.
Yeah, I have the letter here to Gluten Frida.
Oh, okay. I wanted one more recently than that. I would like either Deep Foods or the Turner Falls one.
All right, so yeah, this is the Deep Foods letter here.
Oh, good.
Did you want me to read? You want me to read the letter there?
Yes, would you please?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see here. This is to Deep Foods Incorporated, Springfield Road, Union, New Jersey. And this is, let's see, I'm going to read that right here. Dear, let's see here. Put that like that. dear owner, CEO, president, vice president, marketing.
Whichever one, or janitor.
This fervent vegan thanks you for your contribution to
This
veganism.
fervent vegan.
Yeah, this fervent vegan.
No, you say vegan, I say vegan. You say tomato, I say tomato. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, thanks you for your contribution to veganism.
Glendora thanks you for your contribution to veganism.
And it says, do I have to have your permission to mention Deep Foods Incorporated on my TV commercial?
When I make a TV commercial and say in it, tonight, try Deep Foods, delicious Indian bowls. Do I have to have your permission to say Deep Foods, or am I limited to saying try delicious deep Indian food bowls?
Yes, it says, can I say for Thursday dinner, try Deep Foods samosas, or do I have to limit myself to samosas? Can I show a close-up of your package? If so, will you send me your best color photograph of your samosas? You can see Glendora's vegan commercials on Channel 6, Albany, New York, July 30th through August 3rd on the 5 to 7 p.m. news. Just call Channel 6 and ask traffic for times of Glendora's commercials. Channel 6 streams.
They stream.
They stream.
You can get the news on any computer.
And Glendora wants you to tell 48,000 people on the 6 p.m. news, Channel 10, Albany, New York, 10 times 500,000 impressions. The glories of Deep Foods Incorporated. The cost is $5,000, including everything. Airtime, production of the TV commercial, and Glendora's expertise doing TV commercials, 65 years. You can come to our TV studio in Albany and do the commercial, or you can do it on the computer and send it a file transfer protocol, or Glendora can do it for you. Payment is upfront. Google Glendora Folsom. Whether you acquiesce, continue your advocacy of veganism, all things work for good for those who love the Lord and know His purpose. Yours in truth, Glendora. Signed chat with Glendora at gmail.com, and Glendora's phone number is area code 518-610-5810.
Thank you. You did that very well, and you didn't even know it was coming. Thank you, dear. Now, thank you, all you sweeties in Queens, Bronx, and Washington, D.C.
Let's see here. All right, I got this right here. Yes, hello? Oh, okay. All right, let's see here. Let's see, we have about 5 minutes to go, so about 5 minutes to go. All right, and there's also a...
Is our time up?
Oh, no, we have about 5 more minutes to go. I think I count for another 4 or 5 minutes. We got some. But I have enough time for this letter here. This is a letter you wrote to Light Life. This is
It's the same letter.
It's the same letter.
Yeah, same content.
Yeah, this is a letter to the owner, president, vice president of marketing of the Light Life company. That they make vegan foods. That's what they
I tell you the vegan commercial that I have in mind. It says, "Hi folks, a man came into a restaurant and he said, 'Is the chef in?' And the waitress says, 'No, he went out to eat.' Now, are you looking for entree ideas for this week? Try Gardein sweet and sour porkless pork. Try Amy's Pizza, no cheese pizza with a very thick, creamy not fruit shake. Try deep foods Indian dishes. Try gluten fritters, ravioli, vegan cheese ravioli, and try Corn's chicken patties, vegetable chicken patties. And that's the commercial. That's going on Channel 10, August 20th, Monday through Friday.
All right, so we no, we still have about three minutes to go.
We have 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, 3 minutes at least. So. But let's see.
Let's see.
Well, we could talk about the work at the museum, or we're doing. A lot
Tell them what you did to the museum on the port side.
A lot of work in the museum right now. It's the summer of 2018, and some of the surface of the museum, it shows a little bit of signs of wear, and I'm using.
So do I.
We're using my time to mix up some paint, and we're kind of scraping the wall, the sides of the museum there, and getting all the loose bits of paint off, and then I have mixed up some fresh paint, and I spent just last week I spent some time at the museum touching it up, and I painted just almost the entire side of one side of the museum, and we still have one more side to go. So
yeah. You gave a very good report on that on one of the TV shows. You showed it to the folks.
And
okay, how much time now?
About 2 minutes or so. So we can.
This museum is the Glendora Franklin Museum for the preservation of the pro se public access newspaper record. And someday you're going to make a movie about it, right?
That's there's potential. The potential is always there for that. Certainly there's more than enough material to put together a very good story, and I think that's probably going to see the light sooner or later. I think it's going to see the light. So
good for you. And you have to write a treatment. What did you tell me a treatment was?
Oh, it's a film treatment, or just to try to develop an idea for a film or motion picture. You start this script, or some people they can just write this script to start out, but usually it comes from like nowadays a lot of the pictures being made nowadays are based upon books, where like an author writes a book, and but nowadays then that gets bought by a studio, and then it gets adapted to a screenplay.